motion activated. So creepy. Okay, so I'm going to be showing some stuff that I got from the thrift store. First off, I'm going to be showing some stuff that I got at regular price. This has nothing to do with D&D or anything, but I just thought it was cool. A good, nice copy of Nightfall for $6. Not a great price, but you know, it was something I kind of wanted to read. The second part there. And then these things, which I actually don't know that much about, but I got them just because, you know, in the name Earth Dawn, I recognized, and the artwork is really nice. So these were $6 a pop. I found these randomly scattered in the house goods section. So in New Hampshire, people that go to the thrift store have the lovely habit of just grabbing stuff and then just leaving it in random places around the store to see if they want to buy it or not. So I thought this was pretty interesting. I have no idea what this is, but the artwork and stuff in here really... These are obviously expansions for this. It's got some nice old school art in here, as well as a bunch of other cool stuff. So I was interested just because, you know, I like to flip through stuff like this and get ideas for, you know, various games that I'm running. So Earth Dawn. I got the Earth Dawn Companion. I got the Earth Dawn Denizens Volume 2. And I got Earth Dawn Denizens Volume 1. Interesting, like, weird details and stuff. I like the vibe of this artwork, so I'll definitely be looking into these a little bit more. Here is the bag of stuff that I got at the Goodwill by the pound. I paid about $5 and change. My total price was $5.14. I got a lovely bit of Sterilite stuff. I figured this would be nice for my larger pieces of, like, crafting bits, so I could put this on top of my crafting table, and then I would have a nice little organized thing for various bits. Probably I'll have, like, wood bits, plastic bits, stuff like that. This has nothing to do with the hobby, but this is Honeywell outer filters. So these are not the filters proper, but these are pre-filters. Now, normally I wouldn't buy anything like this in the disgusting Goodwill by the pound stuff, but I saw this literally by the original box. So it was very clear to me that this was actually in the original box briefly. And it's not punctured. It looks like nobody opened it. So it looks like these are good. Again, I will investigate these closer just to make sure there's no chance of anything going through. Oh, what the heck? Oh, yeah. So I found this. This is obviously a Doctor Who sonic screwdriver. Which Doctor Who that is, I have no clue. But, yeah. The, it does make noise. It does make noise sometimes. Again, this has nothing to do with D&D. It's just something that I found. I found this, which I have seen before. This is somehow connected to the Lego Ninjago thing. I believe it's some sort of, like, toy. If I look at the lettering, Lego, yeah, it's a McDonald's Lego thing for Ninjago. I figured the dragon's head would make some a kind of interesting design if I really broke it up and then put it on a thing. Again, this probably cost like a couple cents. So normally I wouldn't buy something like this, but because it was so cheap, it was actually kind of cool. So I'm going to knock this around and make it into some ruins, I think, for a future build. What do we got here? We've got a nice little shark with some nice designs. Very modern, cheaply made Chinese shark. So this, of course, was a little wind-up thing that I got. And it's, you know, it's pretty broken. But if you're wondering why I bought this, it's not because I want to make a mummy miniature. Though you could maybe make this into a mummy miniature. This is actually going to be a armature of my newest build. I'm going to rip off the legs and rip off everything. And this little basic shape here is going to be a shape of a huge miniature. So yeah, interesting stuff. You'll see more about that in the video. But this, I did buy this specifically for, so this will be the support armature for a miniature that I'm gonna make. I got for whatever reason, somebody had one of these little boars, which is the cheap, and they just had it painted up like a. I shouldn't have bought this, but I thought it actually looked pretty good. It's you know, I might repaint that. So that was interesting. Oh yeah, okay. So there's two parts here. This is actually part of a little action toy set thing, whatever the heck. So he's actually supposed to have two like big, like stone boulders here. But I figured I liked this pose, so I'm gonna nail down the head, and then fill in the gaps, and then give this guy some nice painty over, and get rid of all this text on the bottom here. And I'm going to make this into like a puzzle piece, where you'll have to solve a puzzle and then put something in each one of his little arms there. Big enough where you can easily put like a miniature. So that gave me an idea for a puzzle, so you'll see more of that later. I got these little bits of plastic railing, which are a little big for 28mm, but I figure maybe I'd be able to use these for like fencing or something like that. The paint job on him is like so yeah, it's a nice little toy here. This is actually a safari. That's interesting. Wow. Copyright 1988. So I don't know, is this a toy from 1988? 1988 rather, or is that just the copyright? Because boy, this does not look like a toy from the 80s. I would have suspected this would have been just kind of a modern make toy. But as you can see, unlike a lot of the modern stuff, now that I'm looking at it, there's no obvious seam lines. So it's all cast seemingly in one piece, and it's very, very durable stuff. So obviously I would say, just because I'm lazy, I mean, that's good for a miniature right there. Even the dumb-looking face. Even the dumb-looking face, it would be good for a D&D miniature. So I actually like this a lot. I got this. So obviously this is supposed to be like... I actually might unscrew this and see if I can get... Ooh, you know what? I bet you, because, you know, I didn't like the outside of this. Hold on, guys. I'm going to get my screwdriver and see if we can actually make this into... Because the idea was to make this into, like, terrain, but I didn't like the fact that it was a base, but I didn't realize that you might be able to unscrew those little bits. I am the craftsman. Screwdriver. This is actually, like, in little pieces. Now, the central piece, I mean... Yeah, I don't know. But these pieces are really nice. So these could now be like... Now it could be the circle, or they could be individual little just pieces of like ice sticking up. Oh, well, this is like a dumb-looking... The dumb-looking, like, weird teal... sparkly clear plastic is not doing this much justice. So I would think that with maybe a little bit of a dry brush of some very light blue and white, these would actually make nice little bits of terrain. What else did I get here? Oh yeah, I got this, which was a clear plastic horse. And this is again is a McDonald's Disney toy. So yeah, I think if I fill this in and make the base like a solid color, but leave the clear horse, I think this could actually look pretty nice. as my last thing that I have in here. I got a bunch of them. Now these are obviously sprue from one of those little like science toys things where you kind of put together a little robot and then you can do stuff with the robot. But this was very much incomplete. So there's no putting together the robot because parts were missing and important bits from the robot were missing. But I was left with all these little sprues of random stuff. And I could already see in my head, like, when you need a little bit of, like, a something, like, you know, connectors and stuff for, like, traps or steampunky stuff. Obviously, the little throwing star type thing there. Like the little gears, obviously. So, yeah, this actually looked pretty interesting to me. And I figured it would make a nice little thing where I could make some lovely bits and bobs from this. So, yeah, this would obviously make a very good thing if you were doing, like, the remains of, like, a technologically advanced area, things and whatnot. And this is very high quality. This is actually very high quality plastic. So that would make some nice little stuff there. All right, so that is what you get from a sort of not the greatest thrift store finds. I definitely think the little bits of sprue from the incomplete science toy thing was definitely interesting, as well as the translucent ice thing, which I think will actually look really nice once given a little bit of dry brushing. So yeah, I would say those two finds are my favorite for this little thing here. This is a pretty good haul. I don't know why I bought the sonic screwdriver. It seems very interesting. But, whoa!